Welcome to Fierce Feminine Leadership, the success podcast for women in business. Each week, we feature interviews and advice to help you step into your power and lead your way. Now here's your host, women's leadership expert, Eleanor Beaton.
Hello, Fierce Ones. This is Eleanor Beaton. You are listening to Fierce Feminine Leadership, the success podcast for ambitious women in business. And welcome to episode number 25. And speaking of ambitious women in business, are you suffering from the ambitious woman's dilemma, aka AWD? As a recovering AWD sufferer, I can tell you that this is a very common yet curable condition for millions of ambitious professional women worldwide. Let's dig into it in today's episode. I'm going to start with a story about a woman named Beth. So Beth is a rising star in her company. She's got impressive degrees. She's smart as a whip. She's funny. She is eminently promotable. Her boss sends her on important business trips to fun places. She always makes her quarterly bonus, and her ability to close deals inspires awe in her colleagues. In short, Beth has it all going on. Just ask anyone who knows her. And yet, when I met Beth, it was immediately apparent that she had an advanced case of AWD, the ambitious woman's dilemma. So AWD is a common condition among smart women who want to make a difference, who want to be genuinely present for their families, who want to look like $1 million, who want to have a pristine home, who want to be spiritual, and who want to bring home mad bacon, among other things. Beth presented typically, i.e., as a permanent resident of Exhaustion Street, Can't Stop County, never arrived land. And this was despite getting one raving performance review after another, not just meeting her annual targets, but freaking knocking them out of the park and being far too young for the job that she had. Despite this, Beth had the unshakable sense that she wasn't quite up to snuff. So she moved through her days with the uncomfortable feeling that she was falling behind, like she should be further along already. Do you know anything about that feeling of that you should be further along already? Well, Beth had that. She felt super competitive with her peers. When a colleague achieved something great, she was the first to offer her congratulations. But truth be told, every time someone she knew achieved something monumental, a tiny but important part of her felt like it was dying, like she was losing a race she didn't even realize that she was running in. And this feeling was so icky that it drove her right out the door into a flurry of stretch assignments that looked great on her resume, but were taking her away from the people she loved the most. Her husband, her 3 kids. There was nothing she loved more than nestling at home with them. But when she was at home, she often felt distracted, preoccupied, like she should be doing something more productive. Then she'd go away on a business trip and miss her family like hell. Sometimes she felt as though her life was a big game of tug of war. Her family on one team, her career on the other, and Beth was the rope. And that, my dears, is the ambitious woman's dilemma. You know you have it if you feel like the rope. So if any part of Beth's story sounds familiar to you, then you may well be suffering from the ambitious woman's dilemma. And you're probably driving or working out while you're listening to this. So if you want to know what the 6 symptoms are of ambitious woman's dilemma, head on over to eleanorbeatonpodcast.com/25 to get the checklist, okay? eleanorbeatonpodcast.com/25. You'll see a purple bar, click that, enter your name and email address, and tell us where to send your checklist of the 6 common symptoms of ambitious woman's dilemma. Here they are. Number 1, you feel you are only as good as your last sale, your last deal, your last project, insert your last whatever word here. Listen, I have experienced this, and I can tell you, Fierce One, that sense that you have to do stuff in order to be awesome and safe in the world is a classic symptom of AWD. The truth is, you don't have to do anything in order to be awesome and safe in this world. You being born is awesome, and no feats of heroism are needed. That's what we call an innate sense of worthiness, the feeling that you're valuable simply because you were born. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you probably have AWD and you need to get in touch with us immediately, Fierce One. You really do. Number 2, the second common sign, your ratio of thinking about exercise and health versus actually doing it is greater than 7-1. You feel better when you move your body, you're happier, you're more productive, but you're not taking care of yourself because when the choice comes down to how to spend your precious time, there's work and there's family. You'll have plenty of time when you're in an old people's home, you say, and you know what? It doesn't work that way. If your ratio of thinking about exercise to actually doing it is greater than 7-1, again, you probably have AWD. Number 3, this one hurts. You don't have any hobbies. AWD sufferers do not have hobbies because when they're not working, they're sleeping, eating, driving, cleaning, or feeding someone. All right? When they're not working, they're sleeping, eating, driving, cleaning, or feeding someone. If this is you, if you've got no hobbies, you probably have AWD. Please reach out to us. Number 4, you sometimes have this weird feeling that the creative part of you is somehow dying. You've spent years maximizing your time, focusing on productivity and reaching goals, but now you've lost that sense of play and wonder. And thinking about that creativity that you used to have makes you feel sad inside. Number 5, you can't slow down. You want to take a permanent vacation, but deep inside, the idea of slowing down and taking things easy scares the sizzle out of you. Slow down? That's what losers do, says the AWD sufferer. And number 6, you know you're confident, so you don't get why you feel so incredibly insecure sometimes. This is something that I personally wrestled with for years, until I really did some good, solid inner work and understood the difference between confidence and worthiness. And this idea, this symptom, you know you're confident, so you don't get why you feel so incredibly insecure. Within this symptom is the root of the cure. So the good news is that AWD is a common but curable condition among ambitious, high-achieving women. And the malaise, the illness, is rooted not in a lack of confidence, but often in a lack of worthiness. And the prescription is really an intense period of reflection, soul-searching, and I'll be honest, coaching with someone who really knows how to help. I have seen way too many ambitious, hard-driving women literally working themselves to the point of exhaustion because they do feel like they're running this race that they can never get out of. And that if they stop, and it is incredibly difficult for them to step back, to feel good just being in their skin. And the idea is that when you give yourself permission to accept yourself as you are, to embrace that inherent sense of worthiness, this miraculous thing happens. I call it the difference between the ragged edge and the rested edge of leadership. When you truly embrace that sense of inner worthiness, when you know you are inherently valuable no matter what you do, you begin to approach your work and your life with a rested edge, with a calm confidence. When you are constantly on that treadmill of ambition that won't quit, that's never fulfilled, you're often on that ragged edge. That has a significant impact on your leadership presence. So there you have it. The first thing I think is to really identify what are the 6 common symptoms of ambitious women's dilemma. Over the course of these podcasts, we're going to share lots of strategies and tips to help you really step into your power, embrace that sense of self-worth, which really underwrites all of your achievement with a very solid foundation If you have questions about how we can help you and support you if you think you have AWD, of course, reach out to us. You can email us at fierce@eleanorbeaton.com, and you can download your checklist with the 6 common symptoms of ambitious women's dilemma at eleanorbeatonpodcast.com/25. Until next time, ladies, stay fierce. Today's episode was brought to you by Bold Woman Thought Leaders, my brand new group coaching program for thought leaders, experts, coaches, and consultants who are tired of playing business and are ready to get known, land clients, and make an impact. If you dream of traveling the world, standing on stage, speaking from the heart, and getting paid to do it, if you want to do deep, meaningful work with influential clients who are happy to pay you well for your expertise and advice, then I invite you to join us for Bold Women Thought Leaders, a 4-month group coaching program for smart women who are ready to grow their businesses by becoming a recognized expert. If you're interested in joining a small cohort of thought leader entrepreneurs who are ready to either launch their business the right way or dial up their sales and growth with a solid business structure designed specifically for people who sell insight and advice, then please reach out to us to learn more about Bold Women Thought Leaders, our 4-month group coaching program. We will send you the details. Simply email us at fierce@eleanorbeaton.com. That's fierce@eleanorbeaton.com.
Thank you for listening to Fierce Feminine Leadership. Be sure to head over to iTunes and subscribe to the show. While you're there, leave us a fierce review. When you leave a review, your name is automatically entered into a monthly draw. Each month, we'll draw one reviewer to automatically receive a private coaching session with women's leadership expert Eleanor Beaton. So remember, head over to iTunes and subscribe to the show. Then leave us a review for your chance to win a private coaching session with Eleanor Beaton. Go to eleanorbeatonpodcast.com and sign up to get your free cheat sheet, the 5 critical leadership skills of 7-figure business women. This free download will help you diagnose the exact skills you need to see major growth in your business and career. Head over to eleanorbeatonpodcast.com and get your free download today.